So a week or two ago, I did a video talking about PR, why it's given to creators, why it's not given to some creators and others. I will link that at the end of this video. But I've decided to make a little bit of a series with some behind the scenes things and some stuff that happens in the creator world and in the retail world and in the journalism world and fashion and beauty. And so this is another in the series. I'm obviously very serious about it because I'm not even wearing my contacts today. Got the glasses on. So I'm very, very serious, guys. Now, this is not, I'm going to reflect on personal experience here, but I have a membership here on YouTube and I talked to them about it and they were talking about how, about complaint videos that creators make. This is not it's a complaint of such as in a story, but this isn't a complaint video because I have a feeling so many of you out there could relate. So I'm seeing this more as a behind the scenes community video because I'd like to hear your experiences as well, but I will touch on mine to highlight it, okay? This video is, as you know, called Sephora and Ulta Hate Me. And they kind of do, but they might hate you too. And the scenarios I'm going to bring up here, one in particular is actually quite a problem for me and for this channel. And another is just kind of an interesting observation of the retail scene. But I really want to involve you guys, so please comment below if something similar has happened to you. We're going to start with Sephora and then we'll move on to Ulta because my personally biggest problem right now is with Ulta and it's quite a problem. First of all, with Sephora, I order sometimes thousands of dollars of product from Sephora a month. Not everything, unfortunately, is gifted to me. And I am a good customer. I do not do returns. I am not one of those creators that returns things that she purchases. If I keep it, I use it, I swatch it, I need to keep it. I very, very rarely return something. Maybe I can count on one hand less than that in the years that I have done this. But a few times Sephora themselves have thrown something into a box and had, an elephant stomp on it and they've delivered it in pieces. And when I have, I've called them and asked them to please exchange it for one that has not had an elephant stomp on it. I didn't realize that that would be counted against me. Who here has had this experience? We're not to the Ulta thing. This isn't even the big problem, but I wanted to touch on it. When I called Sephora a second time that they did that, maybe a year later, they said to me, oh, well, we cannot do that exchange or return for you. Why? Because we have, and this is the wording they've used, and I've heard this from others. They said they have accommodated me in the past. I'm sorry, you what? We've accommodated you in the past, and they were not pleasant. You've accommodated me when something you badly packaged got to me broken. And because you have accommodated me in the past, you can no longer accommodate me now when something you sent was broken. I've also had an instance with Sephora where I ordered a bunch of Laura Mercier things and one eyeliner was not included. And when I called them, they said, well, our team who packed it says it was included, and we believe them. And I said, look at how rouge I am in the shopping I've done with you guys, and you're saying I'm lying about one liner from Laura Mercier that I bought to review. And really to push sales for Sephora, let's be honest. So they are very, very difficult with their returns. I do them when I have to, which is very rarely, by mail. But when I get something shattered or broken from Sephora, I don't even bother anymore. And I think there's a lot of you that are going to relate to that. So please comment below because I really want this to be a behind the scenes of what's happening in my channel. But also I want it to be a community grievance type video where we can all talk about these things. I think the customer is no longer king or queen anymore. And before I get into the Ulta thing, which is really the meat of this matter, I have to say that I think retailers have a little bit of a right to do this. They have been abused. Free returns. Creators, I'm going to point my fingers at young creators who are trying to make it and aren't getting recognized, and we're taking advantage of Sephora and Ulta for returns, buying things, swatching them, returning them. That can only last so long. Sticking the retailers with all of these used palettes. If you're in Europe, you don't even know that luxury, but here in the US for a while now, we've been able to use and return. I think just recently Sephora and Ulta have said, okay, now guys, it's got to be 30 days. I can't believe it used to be forever. And it's been abused a lot. The problem is that those of us who are good customers are being treated as if we are also the bottom of the barrel. And I made the mistake at one point of telling Sephora I was a creator, not to lord it over them. Not to go, I'm a creator. Don't you know who I am? Because they don't know who I am. I don't have an ego. I just kind of mentioned, hey, I buy a lot with you guys because I have a channel, and that made them treat me worse because creators do have a bad name. Because for every creator who's doing well, there are 100 who are not and who are desperate. That's just the truth of the matter, guys. Sometimes when people say the makeup industry is changing, I think, good, let's clear out some things of people who are desperate and, you know, they're lying and cheating, and it's a shame. But the retailers are treating us all as if we're liars and cheats, and that's a shame too. And that moves us on. So I do have my issues with Sephora, but I'm able to purchase through them. This moves us on to my story with Ulta. And the reason I decided to make a video about this is not that it will reach Ulta, because it will not. I'm not doing this. I know I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with Ulta, and it has nothing to do with making this video. I just want to hear what you guys have to say, because I have found so many threads online, including Reddit and other places, that have had the same thing happen to them. Creators, not creators. So let's talk about it. I cannot order online through Ulta. At all. At all. As much money as you heard that I spend at Sephora, I would like to spend some of it at Ulta. And they don't want me as a customer. Why? Well, there's a lot to that. I can still buy in store at Ulta, but their good releases that I need to get to show you guys are not at my local Ulta. They have to be ordered. And I've noticed that Ulta, in their ongoing competition with Sephora, is getting more and more things. Like they got the exclusive on this Natasha Denona. Couldn't order it with them. That's why my review was a little late. The Gloom palette. And they've got an exclusive coming up with Fenty that I won't be able to order. So why? And what have I seen on like Reddit and online that tells me that some of you are going to have the same story? Well, years and years and years and years ago, when I was just doing editorial typing, I had an account at Ulta. But I didn't shop at Ulta a lot because back then they did a lot of drugstore makeup, which has never been my thing. Nothing wrong with it, just wasn't my thing. And I had an account that I had long since forgotten about. Then I started this channel and I was like, oh, I better make an account at Ulta, forgetting that I already had one. And I used my work for this channel email address. Well, every time I went into Ulta and shopped in store, which was rarely, but you know, enough, they would go, you know, you have 2 accounts. Which one do you want this on? And I was like, oh, do I? Okay, whatever, just throw it on one of them. And one day, about 3 or 4 years ago, one of the sales associates at Ulta said, do you want me to just merge these? And I went, yeah, actually, that's a good idea. The points will merge. And yeah, just use this email address and merge them. She went, okay, clickety, click, click, click. From that point on, I have not been able to order through Ulta online. Let me just tell you what I have, ever since they merged the accounts. Let me tell you, I cannot order on my phone. I cannot order on my computer. I cannot order on Firefox, Safari, Google Chrome, doesn't matter. Can't order on my phone on Google Chrome, can't order on my phone on Safari. Can't order outside of the house on my phone. Can't order outside of my house on a friend's computer. And I'm telling some of you that are more tech literate, it's not the IP address because that changes when you leave your house. Cannot order on my Visa. Cannot order on my Amex. Cannot order on my PayPal. Cannot order on my Apple Pay on the phone or the computer. And yes, I've tried them both. Cannot order on the old account. Cannot order on the new account. Cannot order on a third email address that I had from like back from college that, you know, still works. I am able to get everything done, and when I go to place the order, it gives me a red message that says, we are unable to place your order. Please call for further assistance. When I call Ulta, it is a battle. So what I do, guys, is, again, I want to know if you relate to this, and I want to know any insights you guys have. Some of you are experts out there. I would say every 6 to 7 months, because this has been years, I'm like, this is not right. I'm going to solve this. And I call them up and I email them. You can even text with them. And they make me insane. here's what happens. Let me first add the fact that I have absolutely 0 returns to Ulta. So no, it is not that I was abusing their good name and their good nature or anything like that. Some of you might be like, well, you're a creator, so you've done a lot of returns and they've put a red mark. No returns. In fact, I was platinum because I bought some Dyson hair products there and I've lost those points. That's another thing. Because the point system at Ulta is really good. I was platinum there after the Dyson. I think I bought my Dyson, one of my first Dyson, you know, with the curler and all that stuff from Ulta. So that like puts you up there right away, right? Okay. So no returns, nothing that would give me a black mark, no bills unpaid, nothing like that. I could still shop in store. My daughter can still shop. So if I ask my daughter to order something from me, sitting on the couch in my house from her phone, she can do it. But I cannot order from my mother. I'll tell you what I think's happened. So like I had my mother over here once and I used her credit card, her address for shipping and for billing. I was obviously going to pay her back. You guys have met my mom. Won't let me do it. Because one time I tried billing to here and shipping to there. I was like, is it the shipping? And I think what's ending up happening is that a lot of, this is my personal take on it, a lot of scams, computers will shift the numbers and change things. So I think that I've made my own bed here with Ulta in the fact that I was like, let me use this email address then. Let me try this credit card. Let me try this phone number. Let me try sending it to my mother's. I think they're just like, what is this scam artist doing? And they have black mark after black mark after black mark. So every 6 or 7 months I get sick of this and I decide to deal with Ulta. When I deal with them via email, they will always send me a bot reply that says, we are so sorry you are having trouble. What is your bag ID number for your order? So I have to try to place an order to get a bag ID number, knowing it won't go through. I give them this. They give me some, they go back and forth with me. When we finally look like we're making progress, the shift will change on Ulta customer service. And I get so like the 5th or 6th email back and forth, they'll be like, hi, welcome to Ulta. We are sorry that you are having this problem. What is your bag ID number? And I'm like, right? So I'm like, I had a bag ID number. I was dealing with someone named Joe and this and this and the other, and we're almost there. Oh, okay, we're sorry. How about this? How about that? Oh, let's see. Maybe we can escalate it to here. Yes, please escalate it. Return email. Hi, welcome to Ulta. We are so sorry you are having this trouble. What is your bag ID number? It's just like a circle, like some sort of a Dante's Inferno type thing. When I call on the phone, they have escalated to IT, and I've seen this on Reddit. They will then tell you that IT has figured out the problem. And the problem is that my credit card, remember I've tried 3 different ones. My credit card cannot be used to order anything online, and I should call my credit card company, and it's not Ulta's fault or Ulta's problem. And I've told them, you guys, I order with that same credit card on Sephora, on Nordstrom, on Saks, and Neiman's. You know, guys, I'm ordering stuff for this channel. And it works. But I did call the credit card company, and they're like, yeah, they're drinking paint. You're fine. You can order anything you want. For some reason, Ulta is just like, look over there, and then they run. So I finally called them the other day, and I maybe it's just that I have high hopes, like that little ant. I was like, I get people that sometimes on the phone that seem like they care. And he said, you know what we need to do? We need to escalate this to corporate, not to IT. And I'm like, yes, that's what you need to do. And then it's been now a week and a half, and they haven't responded. So here's what I'm seeing on Reddit. Check this out. I just pulled random 3 comments on Reddit, okay? It finally happened to me. Someone says, I can't order online. I tried all of the things, different credit cards, Apple Pay, logging out and logging back in again, deleting the app, reinstalling the app, trying on my computer. I feel ya to this lady here. Trying on Safari, trying on Google Chrome, chatted with customer service. They told me to try again tomorrow. That was 3 days ago. I really wanted to get Black Friday deals, okay? Has anyone found an actual fix for this? Someone else says, oh, my daughter can't order anything online either, and it's her birthday month. Her credit card works on other sites, but not on Ulta. She's called customer service, 0 help. She called the credit card company. They said it's a glitch on Ulta's part, and only Ulta can fix it. She can't order. Oh, they also said they'll escalate it, which is code for we will do nothing. High five to this person. I agree. How about some others? I was locked out of my account for months, calling customer service at least once a week, just getting told they'll send it to escalation, but there was nothing else they could do. Now listen to this. Finally filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, and my account was fixed literally the next morning. Somebody else says this too. This is what I had to do. I was locked out during their 28-day sale. Kept getting told to try again, but at full price and they would adjust. So I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau as well. Problem solved finally. I did tell them I was going to go to the Better Business Bureau, and that seemed to light a fire under them. But as Helen, who is a member of my membership here on YouTube, told me, don't tell them you're going to go to the Better Business Bureau. Go to the Better Business Bureau. There is a national one here in the US, so that is what I'm going to be doing. It is now Friday when I'm filming this, so Monday I am going to take it to the Better Business Bureau, and I will let you guys know if they fix this, but that seems to be what you have to do. I don't know if this is a glitch or if they've decided, for instance, I don't know if they just decided something about me was shady. Remember, no returns, no unpaid credit cards, no debt, nothing like that. No bad credit score, anything like that. They just don't want me to shop with them, and they don't seem to care. I did tell one customer service representative that I am a creator, not to pull clout, not to go, don't you know who I am? Because they don't care and they don't know who I am. But to let them know that I spend a lot of, I mean, they want me to be able to shop with them. Times are tough out there. Beauty sales, it's tough in the beauty industry. They want me. You know, I'm a good customer. And they're like, yes, yes, we understand. But they don't seem to care. I don't know if all of this with Sephora, with Ulta, is the whole disconnect between workers and owners of businesses now, where it seems adversarial. It used to be that a worker was like, I work for this company and, you know, I'm proud to do that. Now the workers are just kind of to the company. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's, oh, look at da-da-da-da, I'm a good customer. Maybe it's a little bit of customer-employee animosity. I don't know. With Sephora, I ignore it, but I can't do returns with them. If something arrives broken, I have to leave it that way. I'm at their mercy. And with Ulta, I'm truly at their mercy. I cannot order from them, but this seems to be not just a Rebecca issue. So I will go to the Better Business Bureau on Monday, but I would love to know what you guys think. Who here has had problems? Now let's include other stores, and if you want, you can include fashion. It doesn't just have to be beauty. Who's had this problem with Saks, with Neiman's, with Nordstrom? If you're in Europe, who's had this problem with other brands in Asia, Australia? Let me know what your experiences have been. I want this to be not just me complaining, but I want to talk about, also get to the heart of why you think it is. Is there just animosity out there in general in retail? Has there been too much theft? Are they putting us all at the lowest common denominator? What's happening and why? And, you know, the last part of it being, I got to fix this issue with Ulta because, yeah, I can't live with them, but I can't live without them because it's what I do for a living. So give me your suggestions. Give me your thoughts. I'll read them before I go to the Better Business Bureau. Weigh in if you just want to vent because it's happening to you as well. Come on, my brothers and sisters. Let's compare notes and talk all about it. I'd be really, really interested. But, you know, come follow me also on Instagram, TikTok. Come join us over on Facebook. And, of course, you'll hear about all these type of things first if you join our membership right here on YouTube. And all those details are down below, as well as the details of the makeup that I am wearing today in this video. Make sure that you share and like and tell me if you like the series and give me suggestions for other behind the scenes and those type of videos that you might want to see. Look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.